The May the 4th celebrations has finally arrived in the LEGO universe, and today we're looking at the first Star Wars set of many that dropped on the 1st of May. I'm Joe, and this is my review of LEGO set 75383, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. We've seen a lot of Sith Infiltrators over the years, beginning in 1999. From then we've had revisions, microfighters, foil bags and Comic-Con exclusives, but the last minifigure scaled version was in 2015, and I thought that was a pretty good model. But here we are 9 years later, with yet another go at the Schmitar. But is it any good? Let's find out. This set has a piece count of 640 pieces and measures over 7 cm high, 27 cm long and 20 cm wide. This modified Star Courier and personal starship of Darth Maul first appeared in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and apart from the big gap between this and the previous release, it makes sense to get a new one, as it coincides with the 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace as well as LEGO Star Wars. So let's take a look at what's in the box. Inside the box we get a medium-sized 156-page instruction booklet, 7 plastic bags, where's the paper bags, LEGO? And no stickers. And once you're done building the set, you should end up with this pile of extra bricks. Now, onto the set. So this version of the Infiltrator is actually smaller than the previous version, but I'm actually not too bothered by it. I think it's a good size that successfully captures all the details of the ship. The shaping of the nose is pretty good, even if it is a bit thick when compared to the source material. I like the stacked bricks used to recreate the two-color design of the ship, and I think they did a pretty good job with the pattern running along the top of the ship. The nose also has a pair of spring-loaded shooters, and I appreciate how they are mostly hidden within the build. To fire these missiles, you need to press one of these very well integrated ingots found a little further back. The smooth section in the middle of the ship is attached by a hinge, which gives you a spot to store the 3 included probe droids, and I appreciate how efficiently the space is utilized. The probes have a very simple assembly, but I kind of like the way they look. Of course, there's also a neat play feature that comes with these probe droids. By pulling back on the switch on the undercarriage of the ship, you can actually release the trapdoor, which in turn causes the probe droids to drop out. The way the trapdoor opens up was actually a very interesting build, because it utilizes a spring-loaded rubber Technic connector to keep the trapdoor in place, which is a way more efficient approach to the frequently used trapdoor feature. The small wings at the back are attached by these ratchet joints that allows them to be folded in and out. The wings are obviously not as curved as it should be, and there's nothing special about the design, but it does the job well enough. Unfortunately, I don't think the ship looks too good from the side, mainly because of those exposed Technic holes to the front, but I understand they were necessary to accommodate the folding landing gear included on both sides. What I do like is this area at the back that lets you comfortably hold the ship for maximum swishing action. But it's at the top around the cockpit area where things come together very nicely. It's all very smooth and sleek, and I like the use of those curved tile pieces to the sides. The cockpit bubble shape has also been recreated very well, and I always like seeing those chunky curved slope pieces. I'm also very happy to get this large printed dish to bring in some needed detail, and the trans red tiles for the cockpit window works well enough. The cockpit also has an interesting way of opening up thanks to lots of hinges that gives you better access to the cockpit interior. Again, I like how well the space has been used, because while it looks cramped, it has enough space to include Darth Maul, his double-bladed lightsaber, and even his swoop bike. This swoop bike is called the Bloodfin, and this particular version is very small. I actually like the way it looks, as long as you don't compare it to the source material. It's made up of a mere 17 pieces and almost looks like an advent calendar build, but it can seat Darth Maul as long as he holds onto the handlebars, and the speeder also completes the cockpit controls along with that default printed control panel. The overall shape at the back of the ship is also good, and I like those trans green pieces behind the grill slopes to the sides of the rear hatch, used for the engine thrusters. Now moving on to the figures, starting with the young Anakin Skywalker. He has those stiff short legs along with some great torso and back printing of a very shaggy looking tunic, complete with utility pouches. The Harry Potter hairpiece in dark tan is excellent, and he comes with both happy and shocked facial expressions. Next up is Qui-Gon Jinn, and I love that they included his cloth poncho, but this can obviously be removed to reveal just how shockingly bad the leg printing is compared to the color of the torso. It's a shame that this problem pops up so much. The back and torso printing features his robes with a very nice belt design, and believe it or not, but that is the same hairpiece he's had since 1999. His face prints feature a graying beard with some sideburn printing, as well as a subtle smile and shocked facial expression, and he also comes with his green lightsaber. And it's always good to see Darth Maul, this time as a slightly updated minifigure. His legs, torso and back printing features a subtle grey robe design on an all black base that works very well, and he still comes with that excellent horned headpiece. His face has been updated by removing the pupils from his eyes, and I think I actually prefer it this way. It still looks menacing enough, and I still love his face design so much. He also comes with a double-bladed lightsaber, which is still my favorite Star Wars weapon by far. And like many of the new Star Wars sets, we also get an exclusive 25th anniversary minifigure. This time it's Saw Gerrera, and I think he looks fantastic. I know there's somewhat of a debate around his armor color, but in my opinion, I think the green base color was the right choice. The armor design on his legs and torso looks exceptionally detailed, and I love that the printing is carried onto his chest armor piece. His back is also well designed, but will be covered up by this very nice printed cloth piece. And he also has a very basic staff accessory that utilizes the longer Monkey Kid hilt. And you also get the black display stand complete with printed 25th anniversary plate that can be attached to all the other released anniversary minifigures. So overall, I think this is a pretty good set. The model looks great for its size, it's well thought out and includes some well integrated play features. And yes, the common criticism is the price. Yes, it's too expensive, but this can be said for almost every Star Wars set released this year. Maybe the inclusion of 1 or 2 more figures like Padme Amidala and Captain Panaka would have made it better, but overall, it's not a bad set at all. Anyways, let me know what you think about this set, and please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you like this review and what we do. And as always, thanks for watching.